members in the team who wants to say something. So we're here today to celebrate Nomvula and the great things she's done for the rest of Africa business and the various countries, and to say farewell to her as well. I find these virtual farewells very difficult because, you know, it doesn't feel right. We did send Nomvula an e-gift, if I can call it that. And it's not because I'm trying to speak Tswana to say e-gift. It is a real e-gift. Nomvula, that's just a small token of appreciation, but it can never be enough. From the time we have been together, and it's only really been the last, you know, 2 months since Sonia left. And what I really, in a very short space of time, realized is the extent to which you are open, the integrity that you display. And what is integrity? It's the things you do when no one's watching or checking up on you. And I think you've got a high amount of integrity, and you're highly valued by everyone you work with. And I could see that yesterday. I think yesterday was a good grand finale to show what you can do, and a lot of people will remember you for that. Thank you for your contribution over the time. I enjoyed our interactions. Doesn't that matter how tough it was? We always had a time for a joke or two, and I will always remember you for that. It's going to be easy. God works in mysterious ways, and with you he's done that, so congratulations on your promotion. It's well done, very well done. And remember, you can now upgrade your olive oil in your cooking. so
why don't you tell people where that comes from, because I think they're missing this.
No, it's between you and me. We're having a conversation here.
All right, okay.
Let them guess.
Okay.
With that, Sonia, I'm going to hand over to you because I know you do have time constraints. Thank you.
Thanks, Arno. And yeah, you gave me all of 5 minutes to prepare, so I just realized I'm nowhere near the tissues. So part of being very quick and recording is that I can cry in private later, after the session when I watch the recording. Nomvula joined us in June of 2017, so she's just after Mr. Chi, the longest serving member in the PMO. When I say serving member, what I really mean is she is the glue that has kept us all together over a very long time. Couple of things that I've learned from Nomvula over the years. The first one actually started right in an interview, and how is this about managing upwards? When we started the interview, Nomvula was quite nervous. Obviously, it had nothing to do with me being intimidating. What was I called yesterday? The carrot and the stick? No guessing which bit I was. But the longer I talked with her, the more she revealed about herself and the depth of knowledge and experience that she would be bringing to us as a group. And when I left the interview, I was so uplifted personally that I immediately went to then our HR partner, Sipho, and I said, please, can you also meet with this girl? There's something about her, and I just want someone else to give me an opinion about her. And that's how our journey started. Nomvula joined us, and her history has been littered with small successes. But when we look back, it's actually all those small wins that she has given us that allowed us to be the big winners at the end of the day. If we look at our ROA PMO submission, we got one of the highest marks for building a community, and Nomvula has been instrumental in doing that. not just looking after our training and education and our coaching. I mean, I think our community of practices are probably the best I've ever seen in terms of management and making sure that we really meet the objectives that we intend to, plus holding us as a team accountable to preparing appropriately and not just, do it off the cuff. Secondly, I mean, she's taken that best practices of change management and communication, and really over the last couple of years built that competence in our African countries, not only in the PMO, but also in the human capital departments and people across the continent. I mean, you alone have made a significant difference in how we're able to embed projects and reap the benefits from that. I think some of the other things that stand out for me personally is how Nomvula helped me in developing in my leadership growth path and my journey. Nomvula is one of the few people I've come across in my life that will tell me when I'm out of line in a very nice way. She always takes me aside, and then she has a couple of tough words with me. And I just want to say that has been probably the biggest contributor to my personal journey in Old Mutual. She knows how to coach upwards and to get you to bring out the best in the people around you. She has immense patience. The team is everything. Nothing is too much trouble. She's always there first to provide help and to assist when we're a man short or a woman short. Thanks. Let me just quickly, sorry, I just got my other session is running in the background and they now started talking again. She makes sure that we all attend to the smallest details. There's no T uncrossed or I undotted. And I think, Nomvula, you have taught myself, Victor, and Farhana that we better be prepared if we're going to be reviewing any document with you, because you will quickly tell us when we haven't done our homework. And then I think your service just beyond the PMO community, when someone needs help, you're always there first, both at a personal level, but also at a work level. I think quite a few people have been recipients of your skills around community of practices, as well as coaching. Mahal, I know Nomvula did a lot of work for you on the bank assurance development courses. And that is what she has brought to us at the end of the day. Sorry, everyone, we're not being broken into. The power just came back on. There goes the alarm off. I think lastly from my side, Nomvula, you may be leaving for greater things, but we are left with so much more that you have given us. And you will always be much more than a colleague, a team member. You're a family member to all of us. Thank you for that. Yeah, you see, now we're crying again already. Thanks, Noms. Time for the camera to go off.
Thank you, Sonia. Appreciate that, and thanks for also plugging in. I just want to check with the sorry, I see I've been spotlighted for some odd reason. I just want to check with the other ROA EPMO, Victor, Shelley, Rana, any of you want to add something?
Yes, definitely, Arno. I think I'll go first. since I joined our team like almost as last as Shelley. But one of the things that, one of the reasons why and what encouraged me to take the work or to take the job at Old Mutual, my interview, my very first interview, second interview, the person who welcomed me into Old Mutual even before my contract was signed was actually Nomvula. She gave me a hug when I was getting into the elevator, and I was like, wow, is this how they treat their people? This is so warm, this is so welcoming. And Noms and I mean, we have like very varied ways of working, and we had to find the middle ground, and that is part and parcel of how we work together in a team. So we've had many conversations, many debates, many frustrations, but the gist of all of it is our intentions towards each other and the manner in which the output, as you would have seen, like even in yesterday's session, the output was always phenomenal. She was always able to bring everybody together and, to be able to pull the very best out of each one of us. And I'm, how do you say, I think it's a very large forum, but people know me to be very strong in certain areas as well. And Nomvula, used my strength where it was required and helped me also with the softer side, because she is able to bring that onto anything that I was working on. So for me, this is definitely not a memorial service. This is a, wishing you everything of the best, Nomvula. I appreciate you, and I am so glad that you gave me that hug at the elevator on that day. It meant a lot, and it resonated with me even up till now. So I wish you well, and this is never goodbye. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks, Farana. Victor, Shelley, are you guys okay, or do you want to say something?
Thank you, Arno. Nomvula, I think it's gonna be very, very difficult for me to say some goodbye words to Nomvula. For me, the time that I've spent with Nomvula, it has been, I think, my time in Old Mutual is just, I was 2 months into the job when Nomvula joined, and we've been very close over the years. And in fact, I never referred to Nomvula, and the team actually knows that I never referred to her as Nomvula. She has always been my Chomi. So I would call her Chomi, and every time we travel together, I'll say, Chomi, how are you? Chomi, what's about this? Chomi, about this. But the day that she hears me saying Nomvula, then she knows that there's something serious that I need to ask her. So it has been a good couple of years working with you, Nomvula, and to miss all the times that we spent together. And I think many times what would happen is like what Sonia has already alluded to, and Farana is always come back to me and say, Victor, hey, Nomvula is very, very thorough. If she gave you something to review and you were reviewing that document and we had to give some input, or you needed to prepare for a call and you just did a short job, she would throw it back into your face and say, redo this thing. It's not up to standard. Many times we as project managers will always say, no, I want to speak from the heart. She will say, no, write whatever in the heart on a document here. I want to see it first before we go. So that was Nomvula for you. And all the functions, everything that we've been arranging and all, she has always been on the forefront, and she has always lent a supporting hand to every one of us. And every time there was something extra that we couldn't do from a portfolio management perspective, like when we embarked on the benefits management journey, she jumped in and said, okay, guys, I can help you. I see that you don't have time, but let me do it. And she started conducting all the sessions with the country. So Nomvula, we're going to miss that Nomvula, but I know that your blood will remain green, and you'll be there for us. And whenever we need someone to talk to, you'll be there and you'll be available to answer our calls. But thank you for the time that you spent in the rest of Africa space. Thank you.
Thanks, Victor. Nice car. Let's just check. Shelley, do you want to? You can also add on the side, everyone, if you have a message, so that Nomvula can always go back this weekend and just reflect on it. Shelley? You are speaking without. I try not to use the word mute.
Noms, just short and sweet. I'm really sad for the fact that we didn't get to spend a lot more time together and work together for a longer period of time. But you really have golden energy, and I wish you all of the best with your future path.
Good, thanks, Shirley. Okay, Nomvula, now you need to take a breath. Is there anything you would like to say?
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for the kind words. And yeah, this is overwhelming for me, I must say. So if I don't make it to the end, please do understand. I mean, I don't know. So I think I've said it to some people. So when I started with my career, it was a lot of consulting, a lot of contracting. So I think maximum I would have spent was 1 year, 6 months. And I've spent 4 years in ROA. It is the longest time I've ever been here. And I don't know what to say because so much has happened in the 4 years. And I just want to share something because actually, if you asked me in the first 3 months, 4 months of me joining, that I will be here today, I would definitely say no. It was a very rough start in this organization, and I was sure I'm going to be fired. And you know, I still ask today, how did I, you know, overcome all of those things? You know, starting in 3 weeks into the job, there was then a death in the family, where I had to be heavily involved in arranging all of that. And you know, imagine you've got a new person, 3 weeks, they already have these problems. I had to go on leave, came back on leave 2 weeks later. You know, my car was broken into, took my laptop, for some reason that day was the one day I had everything, you know, passports, whatever you can think of. I even had a new perfume. I'm still sad about that too. And then there it comes. I remember sending a message to Sonia. I think it was 1 a.m. or 12 a.m. And I just said to her, I really don't know what's going on. This now has happened. And, you know, I'm now, you know, again coming with something. And then that passed. And then, you know, that was July, and then it was August. August was a quiet month, no issues from a newbie. Come September, I go to a doctor, and then I find out I need to go on and off. Obviously, now I'm going to be off again, and this time for weeks. No, at that point, I expected to be put in some kind of, you know, difficult conversation and potentially be fired or something like that. But I didn't. You know, I managed to survive that year. You know, and then so many things have happened, so many great people I've met over the time, so much growth. I think, you know, in these 4 years, even personally, spiritually, it has been the most growth I've seen. And I'll never forget being part of this team and you know, and also being part of that. So I'm really sad, you know, to leave the team. I don't think I've made peace with that yet. You know, it was a great team. There is nothing I could, you know, say we lacked. You know, we worked well together. We grew together. And I think that was the most amazing thing. It was not, you know, we are this stagnant team and we are just carrying on day after the day and waiting for month end to get paid. There was just so much growth across, growing as a unity and growing as individuals. So yeah, no, this is a great team. It makes me very sad. Yeah, I mean, you know, there's been other great individuals that were there. We had Nolundis, the Terrys in the team, and yeah, I mean, throughout all of that, and all the engagement we've had, it was really every interaction has really contributed to my growth and who I am today. Really. So Victor says to me, I'm really so disappointed because he's supposed to say work husband. So, but anyway, divorce papers are on the way, Victor. that work husband is going now. Yeah, and you know, so, and I just also, I mean, want to thank Sonia. I know she's, you know, already gone now, but she's been the greatest manager I've had. And I'll say, you know, very few things. I won't go into details, and just first thing, she let me be who I am. And that's, I mean, that's more important. And with that, and I mean, how I come in any situation, I'm quite self-reliant. I'm just, I can just, you know, figure things out and just run on my own, without much management that is required. So she moved from being a manager to being a leader, to just get and grow the best that she can, you know, through me. Oh, please do, you know, excuse my speech. It's now almost all over the place. But I'm really grateful for that. If that is one thing, is, you know, her ability to see what I'm capable of and what I'm not capable of. And the things that I'm capable of, then she'll just leave those alone and know that, you know, I've got that, all of that covered. So really grateful for that. And I think each and every one of the team members, they've not only contributed in my professional growth, but also in my personal growth. And it's hard to think that, you know, there's just one team member who, not just Nomvula, but just a team member who won't be there, because we all brought in, you know, I mean, Victor brought in, you know, that seriousness, that, you know, sticking, doing the details, and, you know, Farana is bringing in, driving the action, pushing things, and a little bit more of fun, because sometimes you can be too serious. So it's good that there's a little bit of humor that can be, you know, thrown in the works. And I am absolutely sure that Shelley will do a stellar job. I mean, with all the engagement and her commitment and that she's shown, I'm sure the team, you know, will do well. So I mean, beyond that, in the countries, wow, you know, and I just want to thank them. Thank you for allowing me to engage you on all levels. Because for me, I always look at people as a complete holistic individuals, not just a professional. So I would get into the personal aspects that contribute into, you know, your professional aspect. You know, I'll go on into things, and, you know, that are either impacting or making that person grow over and above just the professional level. I want to mention names, but I see, you know, I'm out of time. And in the rest of the team, the ROA Center, oh my goodness, I do feel part of that bigger team as well. The conversations we've had, the collaboration we've had, Muhau, Mankwane, you know, Habib, very insightful conversations. I know there'll be times where I'm just like, oh, I'm so confused. And, you know, he would bring that element of being grounded, and you know, just come back into managing whatever that situation is at. But it's a lot. The Darlingtons, you know, I can go on, but it's been so great. Thank you so much, everyone, for allowing me to be in your presence, and for all the great engagements that we've had. Thank you.
You've done well. You've done well. Guys, we are running out of time. Nomvula, you would see a ream of messages. You know, take some time this weekend to read it. Glass of red wine maybe on the side. It is a celebration of what you bring to the table. I believe everyone brings something to the table, but some more than others, and you've had a massive impact. And those messages that you see on the side are testimony to that, and also everyone who joined right throughout the organization, the broader organization. So thanks for that. We will see each other in the corridors of Old Mutual, virtually, physically, I don't know, but I'm sure we'll cross wires somewhere. Just everyone who came, thank you very much for coming and celebrating a lovely colleague that we have, a wonderful colleague. Okay, the olive oil joke is about Nomvula's judgment of what she can afford and not afford when she's cooking, whether it's normal oil, olive oil. So that is what that joke is about, and hopefully she can now afford a better olive oil in a new increased role. So that was what that was about.
Yeah, and just to note, I mean, if everyone doesn't know, I'm just out of the ROA center, but I'm still within the group. So I think that's a good part, and we might engage in certain forums. So don't be surprised.
Yes, so she's going to join Old Mutual Insure.
Oh wow!
Yes, yeah. So we're very happy about that. Okay, guys, we've run out of time. Sorry, I would have loved to give other people a chance as well, but I think the comments are quite good. You can also leave comments afterwards in there, and have a lovely weekend. Nomvula, all the best. Remember, you can always call us.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I
You're
appreciate you
welcome. Good
guys.
luck.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Nomvula.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
All the best.
Bye.
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 Bye,
So-
Nomvula.
All the best.
Thanks.
Thank-
All the best, Nomvula.
Oh,
Bye.
thank you so much.
All the best, Noms.
Thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated.
We miss you.
Oh, Auntie, I'm still around.
I will be getting in touch with you.
Yeah, no, say I'll share my details. Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye.
Okay, I'm going to leave as well. Noms, remember, you can call me anytime, eh? Bye.
Thank you. Hi, my sister. Oh gosh. I'm bittersweet, but
See how overwhelmed you are looking. I was in the meeting.
oh, thank you so much for being there. I'm so glad. Yeah, no, it is.
I couldn't miss it for the world.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
And I'm so glad you're not leaving the group.
Me too. Hey, I think yeah, it was going to be it was going to be too much. I would have just said no, we don't need to have a farewell. So I'm really glad as well. So definitely.
In short?
So it's a senior change manager. Yeah, that is the role, and
Wow.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, me too. I'm so relieved. You know, we were going through that restructuring process in the center. So yeah, it was. Yeah.
Did you get your placement?
Yeah, so luckily they were looking for someone. So luckily they were looking for someone, and we went through the selection process. Yeah, no, it was quite long. They had like 5 interviews and so many assessments, and finally they decided that they were happy. Which I'm really grateful. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Thank you so much. I hear from Victor that you coming to the center as well. Oh, you are already there. What is going on?
You know, it's such a small world,
Oh wow, yeah, no, congratulations on that.
Thank you. It just